I don't think I'm the only person who has heard the word resistance a lot in our collective consciousness in the last 12 months. So I'm going to tell you what we're not going to be discussing around resistance and what we are, so we can all get pretty focused on this and use it to our benefit. We're not going to be talking about the kind of resistance that happened around the United States earlier this year. I will tell you, though, that this was my first Women's March. I never did a Women's March before. My neighbor, who is, let's just say, very active in the judicial system in Washington, D.C., and was appointed by President Obama, who will remain nameless, has a 15-year-old daughter who is a very seasoned marcher. So I got to escort her to the Women's March this year, and she taught me a lot about resistance. But we're going to talk about other kinds of resistance. Resistance that happens within organizations that can stop CMOs dead in their tracks. Resistance that can come from your CEO, from your board, from your VP of sales, even from your CIO. And one place to really find ideas on that, or to kind of commiserate with other CMOs, I think, is this great article in the Harvard Business Review from July. Professor Kim Whitler from the University of Virginia, Darden School, talks about some of the causes of turnover of CMOs, and also the different types of missed expectations that occur between CMOs and their board and their CEO. It's how many of you have read this article? Yeah, so it's very much top of mind, and I think it's pretty accurate. Who knows Steven Pressfield? Yeah, so Steven has written 16 books. He goes into a lot of interesting details about the different forms of resistance when you're a creative person, you have an idea, you want to put it into place, and then something gets in your way in your mind. There's another form of innovation resistance that happens, and that is resistance to things that might be coming down the road. You know, think about these companies for a minute. Amazon. How many competitors does Amazon have today? Or maybe I should ask the question differently. How many industries is Amazon in right now? Who throw out an industry that they've gotten into other than publishing? Grocery? Fashion? Technology? ARC Publishing has a suite of technology products under the umbrella of this little organization you've heard of called the Washington Post. So here's a group of people presenting to us at the Washington Post in DC, and they're talking about themselves not as a publishing company, not as an advertising company, but as a technology company. Now, granted, this family of products that help publishers create better content that's more interactive and loads faster on mobile devices and all those cool things, granted, that is, their audience is targeted to be other publishing platforms like the Daily Mail, I think, is one of their clients. But I thought to myself, what prevents them from starting to market content management products and platforms to any CMO who wants a better content strategy? There's no reason or anything that precludes them from doing this. So the point I'm making is we don't know where the next competitor could come from, and it could be under the guise of the Washington Post or Google or Facebook. We just don't know.